you're not comfortable with the newest content, you can keep practicing, keep getting extra points, because everybody has their favorite dungeons, but sometimes you don't know which one to pick. And sometimes there's people that are still trying to get through the story and stuff. And think of it this way, if there's like 50 new people that are trying to clear something, and there's like 1,000 people that have already done it, more than likely they're not going to be going back and doing like level 15 stuff on their level 60, but they would be the perfect people to help, those 50 new people get through that new, what to them is new content. So roulette is a good way to kind of bring the experienced players and the new players together. The only bad thing is you have trolls that and elitists, and you have to be careful using those terms, because some people don't like the term elitist being used as a bad word. But to me, you have professional expert players, and then you have elitists, and the elitists are the know-it-alls. Um, and they tend to troll people. Like, they'll pretty much do their job the way they want to do it, and they'll sit there and nag on the other people who don't know how to do their job or suck at their job, and call them noobs. And there's new players, and then there's like noobs, and the noobs are the ones that they just don't know what they're doing. They really don't. And again, that term can be used loosely. I tend to use noob as kind of a cute name for people that are new. Hey, you noob. But some people use it more of a derogatory. Oh, you filthy noob. You filthy casual. How dare you only play an hour a day and not know your stuff. So you have that negative impact, but for the most part, the community is very friendly. And that's one reason I always stick with my friends. I mean, even if I go in, if I can't get a full group, if I can only find one friend I can go into something with, that can make all the difference in the world sometimes. And I know I've just stood there for like 10 minutes yapping my head off, so I'm going to show you around. Let's see. I will show you. We'll show you. This was Coerthus. I'm going to go show you really quick what Gridania looks like. And each part of the map has several locations within it. Actually, let you see a better picture. And Lenosha, you have Limsa, the town, and then you have all these areas, and the Black Shroud, where Gridania is. You have these areas, and then in Thanalan, which is that desert area, you have the town of Ul'dah, and then you have all of its expanding areas. And then as you get into the new content, you'll have Ishgard. And right now, there's Coerthus, because Coerthus is kind of, like I said, they're on the edge. It's on the precipice of what is to become Heaven's Word. And I have access to that, but I don't have anything past it, so I can't even show you on the map. And also Mordona is kind of a weird in-betweeny place. To give you a better idea of what this looks like, I'm going to zoom out here. This is Eorzea. And see up here you have, this is Lenosha right here. See how all these areas are connected. And what's great when you play on the PC is you can kind of just sit here and click through stuff. And you can kind of do this on the PlayStation too. But I was playing on the 3. The PlayStation 3 is a little trickier to maneuver because you don't have that touchpad. Let's see, there's so many different areas you can go in. Oh, and there's housing areas. I forgot to mention that. Each main area has its own housing unit too. And if you couldn't tell already, this game also goes through days and nights. And I don't recall exactly how the time frame works, if it's like a minute is an hour or something like that. I know that's how some games are. And this was actually something, this is embarrassing. I just realized this after playing this game for over a year. If you talk to these guys, you need to talk to these guys. If you play this game, talk to these guys. And because you can hire them to take you from one area to another. Right now I can just click nothing, because what happens is like this has a teleport area. So it's called an aetheryte. You can teleport to these, but sometimes there are areas that go out. This map is not a good example, but as you can see, like there's a chocobo keep right here. I could have him if I was feeling lazy, but I maybe wanted to see some scenery too, not always laziness. I could tell him, hey, take me somewhere. And usually it's kind of within the general map. I have a perfect example though. If you go out to Western Thanalan, see here, there's this one thing, in the middle of this big map, and it's in the center area. Well, if I teleport out here, this is a main area. You will come out here a lot in the story, and come out here a lot. And instead of having to run all the way through this, you could literally talk to this chocobo porter here and say, hey, for like 100 gil, or I don't even think it's that much, I think it's like 50, take me from here to here, please. And they'll even give you an estimated time. And sometimes it's like 1 minute, because it depends on the scope of the map. Sometimes it's like 1 minute, sometimes it's 5. You can literally walk away while it goes, and generally you're safe because they stick to, while I may sit here and like run down this way and take a shortcut, it's going to stay on this path where there's not really any monsters or anything like that, so I would be safe. See, there's this area down here. See, it would take me all the way across here. I don't have to worry about falling off the bridge. I don't have to worry about, you know, having to try to climb up the spire here, trying to get back up here because I fell off and there's enemies down there, and it's not really necessary, but it can save you a little time. It can give you a little leeway if you don't have a lot of money or you're just kind of exploring around. It's just an extra convenience, but I didn't really know about until, like, I knew it would go from one place to another, but I didn't realize you actually had to talk to each and every one of them. So I felt really stupid when I tried using one the other day, and I was like, oh my god, really? Yeah, so this is just one of the areas in Gridania. Like I said, see, it's very woodsy, but I love it. It's very beautiful. There will also be different weather effects, like right now it's kind of foggy. Now these fates are, where is this fate? I see it on the map, but I don't see it on the, sometimes it's on the tree and sometimes it's under the tree. Okay, here we go. I'm too high for this. They're level 7 and I'm over 50, so I have to hit the level sync button. It doesn't give me as much experience, but because it's low level. But what they do is they sync you down because they don't want people to cheat. In 11, what they would do, sometimes if somebody was brand new, they would bring in their friend who's like level 7, say, and they were level 50. And they would take them into the level 50 areas, kill all the enemies for them while they were in the same party together, and then everybody would get the same amount of experience virtually. And then that wasn't really fair because they were basically getting carried through the content. As you can see here, I only got 30 experience. That is nothing, because if you look up here, it's really hard to see. But I need about 500,000 points till I hit my next level. So 30 is not really worth it at all. But as you can tell, just even doing that for a couple minutes, I got 6 gold, total of 516 for trying, 30 for each enemy, 18 serpent seals. And serpent seals are, each main town has a grand company, which is basically like the little army spot in the area, and you get seals for killing enemies, like in those fates. But yeah, fates are basically a way to just have like a little special mini event there where you can fight enemies and you have to kill them all within a certain amount of time. Sometimes they're actually turn-ins too, where you have to go pick up like little cactus fruit and turn it into the guy before the fight's over. Stuff like that. But yeah, it's very pretty. going to try to make this quick because I know I've been doing this for a while now. I'm trying to see how long I've been broadcasting. I'm not even sure, honestly. It's probably been a while, but hey, it's my first time doing this. I figure I might as well get the most out of it, right? Let's see. Oh yeah, I was teleporting. Okay, so Limsa. Take you to Limsa. Costa del Sol is a very pretty place. If you like beaches, I know it's nighttime right now, so you don't even get to really see it in all its glory, but this is Lenosha. And I love the nighttime, even though you don't get to see the pretty sunsets or sunrise. This game has a very pretty nightscape as well. And it's so gorgeous. I love it. I don't see very many games that have this detail. And you can actually sit here and watch if you look closely. Oh, shooting star. It's awesome. I don't think I've ever actually seen one in this game. You can actually sit here. If you look at this closely, you will see the sky rotating. And there are special stars like these. When you take on the astrologian job, you actually learn about those. They actually do form constellations, and they talk about how their powers, or how you get power from the stars and stuff. It's pretty cool, gotta say. But yeah, this area is really gorgeous. Lots of water, lots of beach. It's very jungly. Yeah. It's not really a lot to see at night though, unless you're looking up at the stars. So I will take you to Ul'dah, which is Thanalan, I should say. Ul'dah is technically the town. Take you out to Drybone. Yes, it is. Yes, people make terrible jokes out here. It's horrible, especially since it usually doesn't rain out here in Thanalan, but when it does, it rains harder than anywhere else in the game. I swear to God. Like, it looks like a typhoon is coming down. Like, you can hardly see where you're going. And so everybody kind of jokes that, you know, it's Drybone and gotta make up for it somehow. Gotta lube it up once in a while. But anyway, this is Ul'dah. And obviously it has its nice features, but it's very barren. But there are some features like that that wouldn't be as beautiful during the day as it would be at night. But that's part of Aetheryte crystal. It's left over from whatever. There's a couple areas that have those, and see, as you can see, it's the same stars, but as the sky rotates, and yes, there are actually phases of the moon. Like, you know, a couple hours, that moon's going to look totally different when you do see the moon again, because it'll be considered a different day. And you will literally see it go from like new moon to full moon. It's pretty cool. As you can see, it's starting to get daylight, so there are some changes going on. Looks like the sun's about to rise. Trying to think where's a good place to see a sunrise, because it's actually really cool if you get to see it. Trying to think. I went to say, I'll look at the map because I forget if it's, maybe it's Lower Lenosha. I think it is. I think it's up here. As you can see, that's a long jog. That's exactly why you want to get the chocobo porter. I'm actually going to come up. We're going to go back to Coastal Soul and we're going to run down. That's what we're going to do. It's a lot shorter of a walk. It's actually at sunrise, and this game's really, really pretty. They put a lot of color into this game. Like, I know I sound like a raving lunatic, but I moved to my current, like, literal geographic. Oops, I'm supposed to be going south, not north. My real life geographical location about a year ago, and the people out here are not so friendly. And I love video games anyway, so when I'm not doing school or being mommy, I get on here. This is how I spend my nights. So where the hell else am I gonna go in the middle of the night unless I go party? And